happens is a kind of Jekyll and Hyde kind of situation. As soon as the paint goes on, it's just a kind of, it almost takes on a kind of ritual form or something, and it's just basically singing, obviously, songs about something that means something to you, that moves you in a certain way, and you just hope that the people are there will be moved in a certain way as well. So it's an interactive thing, and of course there's just the heavy metal tradition as well. That's part of it as well, you know. I was always into the Venoms and the Merciful Fates and the Bathories and the Sabbath and stuff, you know, larger than life bands than kind of down to earth, out of the crowd, you know, barfly kind of bands. Not really my kind of thing I wanted to do on stage, you know. So, well, growing up in whatever, when we were Metalheads in the maybe 87 to 92, Dublin was just really rough, very violent, very aggressive, and you just had to, every weekend you were just in fights for having long hair and stuff. So it was, I'm sure anybody who was a goth or a curehead or a Smith's head or any one of like about 24 different types of teenager in 1988 or 89 would say the same thing, you know. Growing old and dying. No, I guess I've written maybe 10 albums worth of lyrics if you look at also Blood Revolt and Void of Silence. And it's just trying to find a different angle to look at, to you know, express yourself or something different. And I realized that I'd never really written about mortality or faith or spirituality or our relationship to death and the structures we place around it to make sense of it. So it just sort of seemed like a natural thing after To the Nameless Dead, which was all about nationhood and state building and you know, about the kind of sacrifices people make in the building of those things, you know. That traveling around, I'd be looking at the cenotaphs and war memorials and stuff, but this time I ended up, you know, looking at the churches or the mosques or the synagogues or the whatever, you know, and looking at our relationship to spirituality and stuff, you know. So it just seemed more of a natural thing to write about, you know. Loads, I'm sure. Yeah, there is. You'd probably find lots of 80s hair metal and, you know, lots of Boston and Foreigner and Journey and stuff like this, you know. And I don't know, surprising, embarrassing. I don't know. No pop music, I'm afraid. You'll find Little Richard though. That'll get the party started. Whiskey and Little Richard.